in Fort Myers and our surrounding areas. No child will ever have to grieve alone now like I did because of this house.
Melvin says the Fort Myers fire crew next door has also offered to help and will serve as mentors for children. She says construction for the new property will take a year to complete, and the doors should be ready to open by next summer of 2023. They will be breaking ground on the new Valerie's house at 10 this morning. I'm live in Fort Myers. Chandler Blackman, NBC2.
Great to see another building being built in our community to help out. Chandler, thank you. Time right now is 5:34, and a runaway chicken led a Florida man to a very gruesome discovery. A chicken escaped from the man's yard and went to the empty lot next door. Well, that's when something caught his eye. Police say it was human skeletal remains buried just inches below the surface. Officers found almost every bone of an adult that had been there for a few years.
I just found something weird, and I kick it, and when I see something like a skull, I kind of a little scary, and I say, you know, I don't know what it is.
Forensic investigators will use DNA analysis to find out who that person is.
Nike is now fully exiting Russia. Nike suspended online and franchise store sales in the country shortly after it invaded Ukraine in March. But its non-franchise stores continued to operate there. Well, now that's coming to an end. Nike had about 100 stores in Russia.
Juul e-cigarettes have been ordered off store shelves. The FDA ordered Juul Labs to stop selling and distributing its e-cigarette device, along with 4 types of Juul pods. They come in Virginia tobacco and menthol flavors. The order cites a lack of data and evidence to assess their potential health risks, but it doesn't prevent consumers from possessing or using the products.
The committee questioned 3 former top DOJ officials about the pressure they received from the Trump White House during yesterday's January 6 hearing. They all testified that they found no evidence of voter fraud. The final hearings are held until July as the committee processes new evidence.
Your time right now is 5:35, and this morning we're following 2 major developments when it comes to the nation's gun laws.
Congress is on the brink of passing the most significant new gun safety measures in decades.
This morning, NBC's Chris Pallone joins us live from Capitol Hill with the very latest. Chris, good morning.
I am so grateful.
In a late-night vote, the Senate approved the most significant changes to the nation's gun laws in decades.
The motion to concur with an amendment is agreed to.
15 Republicans joining every Democrat to pass the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which closes the boyfriend loophole, encourages states to pass red flag laws, and strengthens background checks for gun buyers under 21.
Shooting after shooting, murder after murder, suicide after suicide for 30 years. Congress stood in its political corners and did nothing. But not this time.
The vote coming just hours after the Supreme Court ruled for the first time Americans have a right to carry handguns outside the home for self-defense.
I think this language is going to make it really difficult to justify gun laws going forward and will lead to courts striking down a wide variety of gun safety laws.
The court overturning New York's strict concealed carry permit law and placing similar laws in 5 other states in jeopardy.
We don't need more guns on our streets. We're already dealing with a major gun violence crisis.
The decision celebrated by the organization that brought the lawsuit.
The time has come for this. The judges decided, and they're going to have to live with it.
The High Court has 9 decisions left in this term, including a highly anticipated abortion ruling, which a leaked draft opinion revealed the court might be poised to overturn Roe versus Wade. And as for the Senate's newly passed gun bill, the House will take that up very shortly, in about an hour and a half or so. And then it is expected to pass the House later on today. Then it will be off to President Biden's desk for his signature. Christy and Alan, back to you.
Now, Chris, you mentioned a lot of people obviously will be watching to see what happens with that gun bill. But you also mentioned the U.S. Supreme Court is poised to issue a ruling on abortion. Do we know when that may happen?
Sure. So it's kind of like reading tea leaves, right, Alan? There are 9 cases that the Supreme Court still has to issue rulings on. They have a ruling day scheduled for today. So starting at 10 a.m., every 10 minutes, they will start issuing rulings. So that means that this abortion ruling could come today. However, with 9, they might decide to split it up and have another ruling day next week. We'll just have to wait and see.
Chris Ballone reporting live from our Capitol. Thank you, Chris.
5:38, and some residents in Virginia are without a home this morning after a storm tore the roof off their apartment building. Take a look at this video here. Wow. High winds ripped that roof right off. Construction crews are now cleaning up the mess. One woman was actually on the phone with her daughter, who was inside the building when this all played out.
You heard this huge noise, and she's like, oh my God, Mom, did you hear that? So I said, yeah, I did hear that. What was it? She goes, the whole building shook and things were falling off her shelves. And I said, Megan, you need to get out of there now.
So an inspection team gave tenants just 3 hours to pack up and leave the apartment. No word this morning when they can move back in.
A North Carolina man says he owes his life to his dog for saving him from a black bear that charged right at him.
That bear came running, charged me and pinned me between my car and the house.
How terrifying. Well, the man believes his puppy barking at the bear may have startled it, and then the pup chased the bear down the riverbank.
Well, check this out. Almost all of Florida is under a heat advisory for the day today, coming up and breaking down the signs of heat exhaustion.
When it comes to making your plans weatherproof, no one does it better than this team. But to be the best, you need the best. That's why we're geeking out over our newly upgraded Live Doppler radar, giving you the power to see storms before they hit, tracking, updating, and alerting you first. Not a single drop falls that you didn't already know about. Who else can deliver that kind of power? No one. That's why you count on the NBC2 First Alert Storm Team.
These Freedom Days at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save up to $2,500 on new Jeep Compass. Plus get 0% financing. Lease a new Jeep Compass for just $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and GallianaCars.com.
Eldorado Furniture's 4th of July sale is now even better. Save hundreds on your favorite styles or enjoy low monthly payments for 48 months. Don't miss the sale going on now, online and at all Eldorado Furniture showrooms.
Crowther understands how much we rely on our air conditioning systems to keep us comfortable. But what does it mean to condition the air? A properly maintained system can reduce the amount of bacteria, viruses, and allergens in your home. Crowther's dedicated cleaning division uses advanced cleaning practices and state-of-the-art technology to continually sanitize your indoor environment. Exclusively by Crowther, because the air you breathe should be in optimal condition. Go to Crowther.net. There is only one, Crowther.
If you need to be treated for pneumonia, would you go to a dentist? Would you have a CPA pull your teeth? Of course not. Yet time and time again, I see lawyers who handle immigration, criminal defense, and bankruptcy say, by the way, we'll handle your accident case too. Our lawyers handle only one thing and one thing only, whether it's personal injury or workers' compensation, and we never charge by the hour. So if you win big, we win big. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
For 4 days only, get deals of up to 50% off at Pinch Penny. Save 10% on chlorine tabs. Get up to $250 back on salt systems. Up to 40% savings on automatic pool cleaners. And 15% off select pool equipment. Hurry into Pinch Penny before the sun sets on these offers. Race the switch event at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. New Dodge Charger or Challenger. Your choice, just $379 per month. Or get 0% financing. You sell more, you save more. At Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and GallianaCars.com.
Does your dog get lonely at home? Well, today they don't have to be. It's Take Your Dog to Work Day. Every year on the Friday following Father's Day, dogs can come to work. Of course, some pups are always on the job, making a career of working beside their best humans. If you don't have a bestie to bring to work today, maybe you should go out to the animal shelters and check some out.
The Atlanta Zoo closed early for the past 2 days because of extreme heat. So the zoo obviously has a variety of species, including giant pandas, which can't really tolerate the heat. So some of the animals will be put in climate-controlled areas, while others will have access to shade and water. You know, a lot of times people forget about, you know, the animals or our pets, especially during these higher temperatures.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to walk the dog, the earlier the better today. I mean, we have parts of Southwest Florida under a heat advisory. And take a look at this. It's not just us in Southwest Florida. In fact, most of Florida is dealing with this today. And we will see most of even the Gulf Coast communities under heat advisories, if not excessive heat warnings, back toward even, look at this, back toward the Big Bend and over toward Louisiana throughout your Friday. So definitely take the heat seriously. It is going to be a scorcher with temperatures reaching the mid-90s, but it's going to feel even closer to the triple digits, if not up to 110 degrees. Temperatures are already running a little bit above average to start off. Good morning, Punta Gorda, low 80s, Captiva 82 degrees, the Westin Resort Cape Coral 81 degrees, Fort Myers 81 as well. Winds are coming in out of the west. That is what's driving up our dew points. That makes all the difference. That's what's getting it to feel closer to 105 to 110. By the way, that is our criteria here. We need temperatures to feel closer to almost 110 degrees to get that heat advisory. That's why we see it for places like Arcadia, back toward LaBelle today, even Palmdale. It is going to be feeling, look at that, by 2:30, 110 degrees. And then even by the coast, you may dodge the heat advisory, but it's still going to be extremely hot. So definitely just take it easy. This is not just our seasonal heat. Of course, we're very acclimated to high temperatures and high humidity, but today is a little bit more intense than even usual. Heading into tonight, of course, things will calm down significantly, largely because we'll see some relief in terms of storms, mainly targeting inland communities. Here are those heat exhaustion symptoms. If you are going to be outside today, maybe you have a half day and you can head out to the beach. If you start to get a little bit dizzy, you start to see excessive sweating, you get clammy, cool skin, or unfortunately that one of those last symptoms, nausea or vomiting, that's when you've pushed it too far and you're actually dealing with heat exhaustion. So definitely maybe limit your time outdoors if you're particularly vulnerable to the heat. Otherwise, as far as the rain chances go today, it's going to be very hard to come by the rain for the first half of your Friday, and along many populated communities closer toward the coast, it's really going to be hard to come by the rain in general today. It's going to be very easy to see some of those downpours develop late into the afternoon. Into tonight, I'm expecting a few isolated strong thunderstorms here. What's going to happen is onshore flow is going to enable both of the Atlantic and Gulf sea breezes to collide today. So we could see that threat for even some small hail, gusty conditions, and heavy rain. Late into the evening, I do want to make note, it's possible to see some stray showers or thunderstorms tracking closer toward the coast. So just keep that in mind if you did have late evening plans tonight. The bigger picture, we are seeing a weak boundary trying to sink south, and we're going to be watching for tropical moisture to drive up. So this does not mean we're going to see relief. Quite the opposite. In fact, it's going to still stay warm and muggy this weekend, but those dew points are going to drive up. This boundary going to stall out, really not going to see a whole lot in the way of actual relief in terms of temps, but it is going to be all about those muggy conditions. You'll notice on our dew point outlook, there's not really significant relief in terms of the mugginess. Now, look at this 10-day forecast. We are seeing scattered showers and thunderstorms, unfortunately, through the weekend. Just make sure to keep the umbrella handy. But look at this pattern. We see even scattered activity lingering through your next work week. High temperatures still going to be stuck at or above 90 degrees over the next 10 days. That's your NBC2 First Alert Forecast.
Traffic on NBC2 is sponsored by Achieva Credit Union, serving the community with your personal and business banking needs for over 85 years. Achieva, banking for good.
And if you're trying to enjoy that beautiful sunrise in the next 30 minutes, it is going to be a beautiful drive if you're heading down to Fort Myers Beach, taking Estero Boulevard. We are not seeing any delays or problems. Same story for Sanibel. Not seeing any delays on the Sanibel Causeway and no crashes to report this morning in Lee County or all across our counties. Now, for those heading down Matlacha, if you're heading down Pine Island Road, those speed times coming in at 40 miles per hour, so definitely enjoy that Friday morning drive. Christy?
New video this morning showing the moment a Vermont man tried to use an excavator to hit a trooper while his son was getting arrested. When troopers got to the suspect's home, the man's father got behind the controls of his excavator to keep them away from his son. The father-son duo are now facing multiple charges.
Crews rescued 8 people from an Arizona mountain. Firefighters were called to Camelback Mountain in Phoenix Thursday. So the 8 were there, part of a women's retreat being filmed for a reality TV show, and reportedly suffered from heat-related illness. 3 were actually taken to the hospital. Temperatures were over 100 degrees at the time of that rescue.
An Idaho man is shooting for the Guinness World Record of most marshmallows shot into his mouth. Jenny Moose has the story.
3, 2, 1, go.
Why just roast marshmallows when you can try to make toast of the previous world record for catching them in your mouth? Fired out of a homemade catapult made of popsicle sticks and a mouse trap. Sure, there were some misfires and some misses, but David Rush caught 59 marshmallows in a minute. Who knew marshmallows could make you bleed, mashing lip against tooth?
I was looking at them like, wait, what's this red dot on these marshmallows? And I realized some of them were bloody.
David has bled for his attempts at breaking records before. Literally breaking vinyl records. Guinness says he currently holds 129 records. For everything from balancing 101 toilet paper rolls on his head to slicing apples while juggling 3 knives. This Idaho tech manager says the secret to catching marshmallows is practice. He's caught tens of thousands of things, from grapes while juggling to raw eggs. His marshmallow catching caught on with James Corden, who gave up on the catapult and just tossed. David did share one secret.
Actually slurping the marshmallow in so if it gets close to my mouth, if I'm sucking in at that point, I'm more likely to catch it.
Could you demonstrate that for us?
It's like that.
David Rush has broken so many records that listing his accomplishments sounds like a broken record.
Hey, Toronto. You ready to go back to work? We need an extraction of information.
A case of mistaken identity forces an entrepreneur to team up with an assassin. A preview of Netflix's newest hit movie coming up after the break.
And we're taking a live look from the Punta Gorda Airport this morning. Your Friday and weekend forecast is just ahead at 6 o'clock.
NBC2's First Alert Live Doppler Radar is sponsored by StormSmart. Call 855-365-SMART. StormSmart. Smart is beautiful.
Cash is king, but apps are the way to pay.
You have no way, if something goes wrong, to get that money back, and that could be very costly.
How to protect those peer-to-peer payments, tonight at 6 on NBC2.
Count on NBC2's Jason Dunning to weatherproof your plans. With Southwest Florida's only live Doppler radar, you'll know exactly what to expect and when to expect it.
Fort Myers, 948. This storm is going to be over your location.
Make your plans weatherproof.
You might think a bad guy is sexy, but does he diversify your stock portfolio? Does he have a healthy relationship with his mother? Does he prioritize the cleanliness of his vehicle? Predictable? That's sexy. The 2022 Toyota Corolla. Lease a new 2022 Toyota Corolla LE for just $219 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
Most politicians, show ponies. Conservative Wilton Simpson, workhorse. Socialist Democrats threatened the Second Amendment. Simpson defended our gun rights. Liberals backed amnesty for illegals. Simpson fought to ban sanctuary cities. Extremists tried to defund police. Simpson fought to keep us safe. Wilton Simpson has the complete and total endorsement of President Trump, the NRA, 59 Florida sheriffs, and Governor Ron DeSantis. Conservative workhorse Wilton Simpson. Sponsored by Grow Florida.
It's your heads up. It's your backup. It's your forward-thinking, never blinking, always at the ready step up. The Hyundai Sonata. It's your journey. Own it. Get a Hyundai Sonata for 2.79% APR for 60 months, plus 3 years complimentary maintenance. Visit buyhyundai.com.
This morning on Today,
rising pop sensation Conan Gray live on the Plaza with his biggest hits and songs from the brand new album. It can all be yours with the City Concert Series, only on Today.
See live weather conditions anytime, anywhere with the area's largest network of live network cameras. The NBC2 View Network, sponsored by Cape Coral Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Southwest Florida's Jeep headquarters.
Hey, Toronto. You ready to go back to work? We need an extraction of information.
Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson star in a new action comedy about mistaken identity involving a hitman. Rick DeMiguela reports.
Hey, Toronto. You ready to go back to work? We need an extraction of information.
It's a case of mistaken identity between a nobody and a hitman in The Man from Toronto.
This is the man from Toronto.
Wait, what? I'm the man from Toronto.
And he's here to torture you.
I love the space of action comedy, so it was good to come back, you know, to something like this or have something like this be on the table where I could get back to the fun, get back to the funny, but get back to that grounded individual that has that level of mess up that so many can relate to, right?
Hola. I am the man from Toronto.
Objection. No, I'm the man from Toronto.
It was just great to do this with Kevin, who, you know, every day I would just be amazed of, you know, what he was able to come up with to just, it's hysterical. It's amazing that he can just stay in that scene and stay in that character and just continue to throw just genius comedy at you.
You got this. I'm scared.
Own it. Wave the knives around.
Somebody needs to talk.
And I will say probably my worst fault was that I was constantly cracking up and kind of blowing the take. Oh, sorry, you'll do it again. I do apologize. He was very patient with me.
Kind of weird way you've managed to inspire me. But I don't want to be you anymore.
One more time.
You can catch The Man from Toronto on Netflix starting today.
On Wednesday, Twitter unveiled a new feature it's testing for long-form writing. It's called Notes. So listen to this. It allows users to exceed the normal 280 characters in a single tweet. So the new text limit is actually 2,500 words.
Oh, wow.
Notes can be read on and off Twitter. The platform is actually using a small group of writers to help test the feature. Notes, it can also be edited before and after publishing.
All right, listen to this. One of the world's most popular condiments is getting a new gig. So check this out. It's a limited edition ketchup-flavored ice popsicle called Frenchsicle. It's described as a savory tomato flavor balanced with a hint of salty sweetness.
All new this morning at 6.
This morning, 2 children are still missing, and 1 woman was arrested in connection to the case. Still ahead, what's the latest on the investigation and how you can help out?
Plus, a man shot 9 times and survives. We'll tell you what the man's wife says happened as she feared for her and her children's lives.
And a person is found dead near a Fort Myers creek. We speak with neighbors who are worried as investigators work to find out how the person died.
And check this out, the live view from Punta Gorda this morning showing at least some of the planets aligning this morning. You can very briefly see Venus, the moon too far north to see, but keep in mind if you are able to get outside, prime viewing right now, 5 planets aligning. Feel free to snap a picture if you're able to and share it with us at NBC2. Otherwise, get ready for a muggy day throughout Southwest Florida, parts of the region under a heat advisory. I'll show you what communities have to brace for heat index values close to 110 degrees.
Count on Kyla Gaylor, weekdays on NBC2.
This may sound strange, but you've been here before. You were here when this wrench was turned, and when this line was drawn. Oh, and when this stitch was sewn. You inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 ES350. Right now at Rooms to Go, shop sizzling July 4th hot buys. Like this new queen bedroom with dresser and mirror. Just $16.88 or $29 a month interest-free. In your choice of finish. Great hot buys at Rooms to Go.
At Hyundai of Fort Myers Summer Ride, when the temperature heats up, our payments come down. Drive a new Sonata for $239 a month.
Hyundai of Fort Myers is your favorite place to buy. Beep, beep.
Clive Daniel Home is celebrating our 10th anniversary. The secret to our success is simple. The entire team, past and present.
It's who our people are that helped make this happen.
When we think back over the last decade, it's really inspiring to think of all the talent that we have under this roof. What they've been able to create is nothing short of spectacular.
Great support staff that we have, great delivery people, outstanding teamwork.
A decade of design, it's been unbelievable.
Dateline tonight.
Something is not right.
A terrible crime with a tiny witness.
She saw everything.
The words of a child point to a killer.
It is not the end of the story.
Dateline tonight, 10/9 Central.
I've never seen anything like that.
It's Hyundai of Fort Myers Summer Ride, and we're out to be number one with hot savings, like a new Tucson, $319 a month.
Hyundai of Fort Myers is your favorite place to buy. Beep, beep.
Right now at Rooms to Go, shop sizzling July 4th hot buys. Like these dining sets, just $15 a month, interest-free. Choose this classic table and 4 side chairs or this table and 4 side chairs. That's hot buys at Rooms to Go.
This morning, an arrest is made after these 2 children go missing from Fort Myers. Right now at 6, NBC2 is walking you through where the investigation stands this morning.
And we just gave him the nickname of Cussing Tom.
Now, Thomas Yanoti is sitting behind bars accused of shooting into a car on I-75. We'll tell you how officers implemented a red flag law once they entered his home.
Plus, this morning, a family in mourning after their little girl is run over and killed in a Cape Coral parking lot. You'll hear why police say no charges will be filed.
And controversy at the movie theater. Multiple camps now backing out after a new Disney release has some parents uncomfortable.
TGIF. We finally made it to Friday, everyone. Thanks for counting on NBC2 News Today at 6:01. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Christy Soto. Rain is back in the forecast for Southwest Florida. It's starting to feel like summer again. But our first alert meteorologist, Lauren, is focusing on the tropics this morning. So let's hand it over to her. Good morning, Lauren.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, that's right. So first of all, let's take you on a little bit of a tour for the Atlantic hurricane season. The Gulf of Mexico quiet, the Caribbean quiet as well, heading thousands of miles east, however, over the tropical Atlantic and the eastern Atlantic. We're seeing chances for development increase to 50%, so medium chance over the next 5 days. We do not necessarily expect this to get named this weekend, but something we're going to be watching in the long range here. All right, this morning, if you have even just a couple minutes, step outside and look toward the east-southeast. We're expecting those 5 planets to align, reminding you this is happening every morning throughout the rest of the month. From the Punta Gorda Airport, you can pinpoint Venus, and you're even able to see the moon in alignment somewhat. Just now starting to get a little bit of light here. Those 5 planets, it should, in order from east toward the even southeastern horizon, should go Mercury, Venus. You should see the moon somewhere in there as well. Mars, Jupiter, and then far out toward the southeastern horizon, you should even be able to see Saturn. So very cool this morning if you're able to get outside. A live Doppler radar sweeping clear, and it's going to get a little bit harder to visualize that once you get to sunrise, which is about 30 minutes out. And we've got a lot to talk about weather-wise today. I'll also walk you through your weekend rain chances. That's coming up.
Some breaking news this morning. This woman, Iris Barrios, is facing charges for interfering with an investigation as the search for these 2 Fort Myers kids continues. Genesis and Yasmin Barrios were reported missing on Wednesday morning. Now, Fort Myers police and the U.S. Marshals are searching for these kids.
Now, they were last seen on Maravilla Avenue in Fort Myers, just off US 41. NBC2's Nicolette Perdomo joins us live this morning from the Sheriff's Office on 6 Mile Cypress. So, Nicolette, what are investigators telling you this morning, and do they have any idea where these children are?
The Lee County Sheriff's Office is investigating this morning. They're searching for these two children right here that I have on my phone. They're small children. One of them is 2 months old. The other is 2 years old. If you recognize them, if you know who they are, or if you've seen them since they went missing, you're asked to report it and call the police immediately. We're here at the Lee County Sheriff's Office this morning. Investigators are taking a look at all of the details and giving us as much as we can tell you right now. The two missing children are 2-year-old Yasmin Barrios and 2-month-old Genesis Barrios. Authorities believe the children are with their mother, 25-year-old Evelyn Sanchez Rojas. Evelyn has a warrant out for her arrest, and Imner Barrios violated a court order. During the initial investigation, officials learned both children left with Evelyn and 35-year-old Imner Barrios. Police are focusing their investigation at the Green Tea Village on Maravilla Avenue. It's currently unknown if the children are safe. FMPD is working with the FBI, U.S. Marshals, and Homeland Security.
Sounds really scary to me. I hope and pray to God that they find him and bring him home safely.
This morning, Iris Osorio remains in the Lee County Jail after police say she interfered with custody and provided false information during the investigation. Of course, count on NBC2 to let you know as soon as we find updates and talk to the Lee County Sheriff's Office this morning. In Fort Myers, Nicolette Perdomo, NBC2.
From your Collier County News team, a driver led deputies on a chase that ended in a crash. The driver took off after deputies attempted to pull him over. The crash happened in front of a Chase Bank on Tamiami Trail East. We're going to find out who was driving that car.
It is 6:04 in this morning. Thomas Yanati is facing charges after he allegedly fired shots at another driver on I-75. So this happened near the Immokalee exit in Collier County. Yanati was arrested at his home in Cape Coral. Officers say they found a large number of guns and ammunition inside his house. They took the guns and ammo using the red flag law. Now, that law is known as a risk protection order, which was put into place after the Parkland School massacre. It allows law enforcement to seize weapons if someone is a danger to themselves or others.
We don't want to have them to have access to weapons, to possibly cause harm to themselves or others. And they have to be able to petition the court back to get these weapons.
The weapons were handed over to the Collier County Sheriff's Office. We asked for a full list of weapons and ammunition that was taken from Yanati's home. They tell us they're working on that number.
Neighbors say they saw Yanati leaving with police, saying that he's known for his bad temper.
And we just gave him the nickname of Cussing Tom. Harmless, okay? I mean, we really thought that this guy's harmless until we find out today that he's been arrested.
But they say they never knew him to be violent. Count on NBC2 to continue following this case as we learn more.
And it happened the same day the Senate passed the most significant gun legislation in nearly 30 years. One of the key elements of the bill touches on those red flag laws. The bill provides grants to states for red flag laws and crisis prevention programs. It also enhances background checks for gun buyers under the age of 21. Florida Senators Marco Rubio and Rick Scott voted against it.
This is 12-year-old Sierra Vasquez. She was killed after a driver accidentally ran her over while backing out of a parking spot at the Walmart on Del Prado in Cape Coral. Family members say Sierra was a bright light with an infectious smile. She and her family were at a Walmart buying her a pool for the summer. The elderly driver hit the gas instead of the brake, running over Sierra and her parents. Police say the 85-year-old will not be charged.
Most likely he will be based on the circumstances, and they'll have to go through the process of getting his license reevaluated and see if he's fit to drive. This is a preventable tragedy, I would like to say. Could have been prevented. If you should not drive, don't.
Police say the 85-year-old man does not have a bad driving record. We reached out to him, and he told us his attorney advised him not to speak with news outlets.
6:07 here in your NBC2 Alert Center. We're following some heartbreaking news coming out of Philadelphia. An off-duty officer, died in a car crash just blocks away from his home. Let's take a look at social media. This is the scene. This is what the scene looks like right now. Again, this all happening in Philadelphia just a couple of hours ago. The scene is still very active as investigators try to piece out exactly what happened and how this happened. But what we do know is that the off-duty officer was on his way home. 3 vehicles were involved in this crash, and the off-duty officer, who has not been named yet, he was a 27-year-old veteran of the force. Some just very sad news that we're covering here out of Philadelphia.
It is 6:08. Collier County deputies made an arrest after a shooting Wednesday morning in Naples Manor. Israel Caterino Felipe allegedly shot his friend multiple times. Deputies say he was renting a room from the victim. The victim's wife told police she heard noises in the living room, then heard loud bangs. She locked herself and her kids in the bedroom. When she opened the door, she saw her husband lying on the floor, telling her he was dying.
He's lucky, he's blessed. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what happened that night, but he's really lucky to be alive.
God did not want him dead.
Oh my God.
He had some other goals in life.
Felipe was arrested hours later at his mother's house. The victim is recovering this morning at Gulf Coast Medical Center. This morning, investigators are working to find out more after a person was found dead in Fort Myers. So that person's body was found near Whiskey Creek Drive, just west of Summerlin Road. Investigators this morning aren't saying how that person died. We did speak to a neighbor who's afraid someone actually fell into the creek and couldn't get out.
I think if I was slipped and fell in there, that I'd have a heck of a time getting back out. But if it was somebody that was confused or elderly, they might not have been able to.
You, of course, can count on NBC2 to let you know when we find out more.
A Lehigh couple found guilty for PPP fraud will be sentenced today. Anthony and Amber Brewy used more than $800,000 of loan money for a home and expensive cars. Count on NBC2 to let you know what happens in court today.
Day camps run by Collier County made the decision not to send kids to see the new movie Lightyear. Some parents found out their kids' field trip was canceled because the 1-hour, 45-minute film contains a 2-second kiss between 2 women cartoon characters.
People think the opposite of love is hate, but it really isn't. It's fear. We're polarizing and politicizing love as much as we are hate.
NBC2 reached out to the Collier County Parks and Recreation sponsoring the day camps. They didn't answer our questions about why they stopped kids from seeing the movie.
COVID-19 vaccines are now able to go into our kids' arms, but you won't be able to find those vaccines everywhere. Find out which Florida chain store is not offering them next.
Plus, don't be alarmed if you see a plane on fire on the side of I-75. We'll tell you what the plane is actually used for ahead at 6:14.
And a tropical disturbance far out in the eastern Atlantic expected to become our next named storm. I'll show you the latest spaghetti plots after the break.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Rebath of Southwest Florida. For the refreshing bathroom remodel, call Rebath today.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down. Credit under arrest.
If you bring home $350 a week, you can get up to $25,000 in credit.
KiaofCC.com. Feeling like you've been jilted by your furniture store? At Rob and Stuckey, we know you've heard all about shipping delays affecting your furniture orders, but we have great news. Meet your perfect match during our in-stock special purchase event. Shop today for reduced pricing on amazing furniture, ready and waiting for you to fill all your home decor needs.
When your air conditioning system needs to be replaced, Crowther Cooling will keep you cool when it matters most. Go to Crowther.net. There is only one Crowther.
With every generation, the Subaru Forester has been a leader in crash safety, working to undo the impact a crash can have on your life, which has led the Forester to even be able to detect danger and stop itself. The Subaru Forester has earned the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus 8 times, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Watch NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, weeknights at 6:30. Brought to you in part by Good Deals Appliances. Get a deal. Save your money.
It's the 4th of July sale going on now.
Make sure to visit our award-winning mattress section with top-name brands, including the all-new Serta Arctic. It's the best way to keep a cool night's sleep. Also featuring a queen adjustable base with inner spring mattress, both head and foot adjustable, starting at just $8.99.
It's the 4th of July sale going on now.
IFOS, Florida's favorite stores.
It's a crime
To pay more,
than a dime.
one dime down. Credit under arrest.
If you bring home $350 a week, you can get up to $25,000 in credit.
KiaofCC.com.
Time right now is 6:13. Publix says they won't be offering the COVID-19 vaccine to children younger than 5. The company didn't explain their decision. Their website, however, shows they offer other vaccine for babies as young as 6 months. Governor Ron DeSantis didn't order vaccines for that age group for the state. He agreed to allow state healthcare providers and pediatricians to order their own supplies.
Moderna's COVID vaccination is on its way to receiving authorization for more kits. The CDC voted to recommend authorizing it for people 6 to 17 years old.
And back in your NBC2 Alert Center, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're on the road again and headed to Denver. Let's take a look at these pictures that the team posted not too long ago. They caption it Denver bound. You can see they are getting ready. They have their luggages and they're ready for Game 5. A big game happening tonight. The Colorado Avs could take home the Stanley Cup if they win tonight, or both teams could be going to Game 6. And I know a lot of people are cheering for the Lightning tonight. Again, big game that will happen tonight at 8 p.m. in Denver. Christy?
Thank you, Brianna. From your Charlotte County News team, you might see a plane on fire along I-75, but don't worry, it is just a drill. A new plane simulator is almost finished in Charlotte County. Firefighters will use it to train on how to rescue people from a burning plane. We got a look at the plane a few months ago when it was first getting started.
We will be technically the second one in the state to provide a greater access and greater level of training to the airport firefighters throughout our state.
So this means, this plane means our local firefighters will no longer have to go up to Jacksonville to train. It's happening at the Punta Gorda Airport.
Let's get you up to date on the tropics this Friday morning. Nothing to worry about even through the weekend. Closer to home, in fact, the tropics are still very quiet. We have to take you all the way out into the eastern Atlantic to the main development region where we're looking at what is just still a tropical disturbance. Chances for development have now increased to 50% here, and this system is starting to get a little bit of its act together. It still has to travel thousands of miles, but we do expect this to become our next named storm. The next name on the list is Bonnie, followed by Colin. That is the only area of interest at this time. Let's show you those latest spaghetti models. Now, take this with a grain of salt because we really typically need to see a true center of circulation form, named storm, before we get a really good grasp on these plots here. But we do see a pretty good consensus that this system continues to travel pretty much directly west with strong area of high pressure limiting and favoring a path toward the south. So look at the impacts even through Wednesday. This system, regardless of development, is just now approaching the Lesser Antilles. So this is just that perspective of how we're going to be watching and waiting this 4 days. The forecast intensity, this is updated as of this morning, at least takes this system to a tropical storm. Many models in agreement with that. There's lots of factors at play that could dictate how much stronger this system can actually get. I'm going to say this is not out of the question to see this become our first hurricane of the Atlantic season. So that's something we'll be watching down the road. As of now, no threat to even the U.S. in general. All right, back closer to home. Beautiful start. I'm hoping some of you were able to see the 5-planet alignment this morning. You're going to have every single day through the rest of the month to see that during really 45 minutes out from sunrise. This morning, we are about 15 minutes out from sunrise now, low to mid 80s. The key big difference today that is really making all the difference for us this afternoon is we see the winds coming onshore again. So the past couple of days, it's been very dry. It's been hot, but seasonably hot. Today, that could not be more different. We're heading to 94 degrees. It's going to feel closer to 105 to even 110 degrees this afternoon. Some communities, DeSoto County, even back toward Glades County, under a heat advisory today. Let's talk about rain chances. Pretty dry for the first half of your Friday, and then isolated showers and thunderstorms developing, mainly targeting inland spots. I expect the Gulf and the Atlantic sea breeze to somewhat collide, so we could see some isolated strong storms into tonight. A few stray showers and storms may hug close to the coast late into the evening, but for the most part, it's going to be an inland focus for the afternoon and evening downpours. 94 degrees today. Today will likely be the hottest day we'll have seen this entire week. It's not just seasonal heat. It's actually feeling well above average today. So definitely take the heat a little extra serious. Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers and thunderstorms as more tropical moisture resurges into the region. Low 90s for the highs, and we'll see upper 70s overnight tonight. That's NBC2 First Alert Forecast.
Traffic on NBC2 is sponsored by Achieva Credit Union, serving the community with your personal and business banking needs for over 85 years. Achieva, banking for good.
Good Friday morning, Southwest Florida. You're taking a live look right now of Daniels Parkway at the intersection of US 41. You can see we have a car crash, that white vehicle you see on the side of the road. It's not causing any delays. LCSO just arrived on scene. They tell me that this should be clearing up very, very soon. So if that's part of your morning drive, just keep an eye on that for that. Now, switching things over to our main maps, it's looking pretty nice out there. The only thing I'm noticing is right along Colonial Boulevard, of course, that bumper-to-bumper traffic that we usually see on the eastbound and westbound lanes, close to 6 Mile Cypress as you approach I-75 this morning. That's your NBC2 Traffic Alert.
Brianna, thank you. 1 year ago today, 98 people were killed in this condo collapse in Florida. You'll hear what the judge just granted the victims' families, who are still searching for answers.
And more student loan forgiveness is on the way. Hear which group the Biden administration says no longer has to make those payments.
NBC2's First Alert Live Doppler Radar is sponsored by StormSmart. Call 855-365-SMART. StormSmart. Smart is beautiful.
Surrounded by warm, clear water and a million ways to enjoy it, it's amazing you'll ever have time to come up for air. Key West, close to perfect, far from normal.
If they're not factory certified like this, using Honda genuine parts like these, then it's not Honda backed like this. Don't buy a used or certified pre-owned Honda anyplace else. It's only Honda backed at your local Honda dealer.
It's the final days of the $20 million inventory sell-off at Bears Furniture. We're overstocked with floor samples, one-of-a-kind, scratch and dent, factory closeouts, and discontinued items. Many items at near or below cost. Save up to 70% and more. Plus an extra 10% off all clearance floor samples. Save on living rooms, bedrooms, dining, leather, and more. It's the final week of savings. The $20 million sell-off, ending soon at Bears Furniture.
For 4 days only, get deals of up to 50% off at Pinch A Penny. Save 10% on chlorine tabs. Get up to $250 back on salt systems. Up to 40% savings on automatic pool cleaners. And 15% off select pool equipment. Hurry into Pinch A Penny before the sun sets on these offers.
Now through the 4th of July, get instant savings of up to $5,000 off your purchase at the Modern Brothers Furniture Buy More, Save More sale. You'll get immediate delivery on $20 million of in-stock inventory. Take advantage of this limited opportunity to shop this season's hottest designs for the whole home and save like never before. Don't miss out on this one. Now through July 4th, only at Modern Brothers Furniture and Mattress. The furniture family you can depend on.
Injured, our America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Check out what you get when you buy a used or certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer. A 182-point inspection by factory certified techs. Check. Honda genuine parts. Check. A 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Check. Only buying from your local Honda dealer. Check.
This is storm season. Out to ruin your plans. But come on, you've got things to do. And NBC2 is here to make your plans weatherproof. Tracking, updating, and alerting you first. That's why you count on NBC2. See live weather conditions anytime, anywhere with the area's largest network of live network cameras. The NBC2 View Network, sponsored by Cape Coral Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Southwest Florida's Jeep headquarters.
Time right now is 6:23, and today marks 1 year since this deadly condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. 98 people were killed when that building crumbled in the middle of the night. Just yesterday, a judge gave final approval for a $1 billion wrongful death settlement. More than half is coming from the building security contractor Securitas. The guard on duty that night called 911 just 10 minutes before the collapse, but never activated the building in-unit voice alarm.
We claimed that she wasn't trained to press the button, which if she did, there would have been an ear-splitting shriek in your condo, and you would have immediately left. And so some people's lives might have been saved.
The other payout comes from the developers next to that building. They're accused of destabilizing the Champlain Towers. The judge says he hopes the families of the victims will get their share of the settlement by September.
And we continue to follow that story here in your NBC2 Alert Center. We know later today, the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, she will be in Surfside. Let's take a look at social media. This will all be happening at 10 a.m. this morning. But today, family members, they gathered at exactly 1:22, the exact time of the tragedy. Now, a public gathering, that will happen later this morning. That's where the community, survivors, and the First Lady will all meet. That's expected again to start at 10 a.m. this morning, and we'll be taking you live here in your NBC2 Alert Center.
And Brianna, just this week, one of those victims was honored. The city of Doral named a street after Nicole Langsfeld. She went by Nikki. The 26-year-old attorney died in the Surfside collapse with her 28-year-old husband, Louis.
It's a beautiful honor. It's very unfortunate that we need to do this in the first place. To me, it means more than words can explain. It's been almost 1 year, and we have absolutely no idea why a building collapsed in the middle of the night. No idea.
That was Nikki's brother. He says it's nice to know his sister's name will still be in their hometown.
Well, the White House has agreed to cancel an estimated $6 billion in federal student loan debt. So this is all aimed for those who say they were defrauded by their college for inflated job placement rates or ability to transfer credits. President Joe Biden is also considering broader student loan forgiveness.
There's a new scam we need to warn you about. Thieves are calling people with student loans, telling them they can get their loans forgiven. The scammers say they need access to your loan account to help, but they're actually working to steal your identity. So if you get this call, hang up.
New this morning, Florida is now getting more funding in the fight against Alzheimer's. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill Thursday to increase funding to research Alzheimer's disease and educate the public. The bill will go into effect on July 1st.
Some good news on this Friday. Estero firefighters recruits had to do some dog wrangling. They found this pup on Wednesday. What a cutie. They brought it inside and gave it some water and a little puppy love. The pup was taken to a vet and is now back with her family.
Cutie there. Well, if you want to get ahead of things, you can take your child to get their vaccines before heading back to the classroom. Collier County Department of Health is hosting the Back to School Vaccine Clinic this Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. until noon at Building H off Tamiami Trail in Naples. Health officials are encouraging parents to beat the rush of back-to-school vaccines. Remember, it's walk-up, so no registration is needed.
Today, a favorite local nonprofit is breaking ground at a new location today. I'll tell you where the new Valerie House is going and who they're helping out. That's just ahead on NBC2.
Plus, a bug not native to the United States is found right here in Lee County. We hear from the man who found it and how experts think it ended up here.
Parts of Southwest Florida are under a heat advisory today. Coming up, I'll walk you through what feels like temperatures will be.
Traffic on NBC2 is sponsored by Achieva Credit Union, serving the community with your personal and business banking needs for over 85 years. Achieva, banking for good.
And things still looking pretty good in Lee County this morning, especially if you're taking I-75 from Colonial Boulevard all the way down south to Collier County. That's your NBC2 Traffic Alert.
Right now at Rooms to Go Kids, shop amazing July 4th hot buys, like this awesome twin bookcase wall bed with tons of storage. Just $10.95 or $19 a month interest-free. In your choice of finish, right now at Rooms to Go Kids.
Ram Make the Switch event at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save up to $5,000 plus get 0% financing. Lease a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab for just $349 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and GallianaCars.com.
If you're looking to do your kitchen or bath and you're interviewing contractors, what should you ask? What should you know about materials and craftsmanship? Do they do the work themselves or do they hire others? And what about a warranty? Bottom line, who you choose makes all the difference. So go to our website for a copy of 10 things you better ask before you choose a contractor. Our name, by the way, is Cornerstone, and we love tough questions.
Hey, whether you're a red, white, and bluer, beach baller, or light 'em upper, AutoNation Toyota is celebrating July 4th right along with you. This holiday, shop for your favorite cars, trucks, and SUVs, like the all-new Toyota Camry LE for only $189 a month. We'll even buy your car. New Toyota vehicles are available online and in store. What drives you drives us. AutoNation Toyota.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. You can feel the savings, but shop.
I wanna win!
Buy one, get one. That means one is free. Buy one, get one. Hey, we saved the same exact amount of money.
And you have over 1,000 rewards points.
Now that's a win-win. We win twins for the win.
Are you guys twins?
Identical. Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win.
Make the switch event at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. New Dodge Charger or Challenger. Your choice, just $379 per month. Or get 0% financing. We sell more, you save more. At Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and GallianaCars.com.
During the Rooms to Go July 4th mattress sale, get this special hot buy. The comfort of this Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Any size, just $5.95. Twin, full, queen, or even king. One low price. Right now at Rooms to Go.
Live, the news you count on. NBC2 News Today.
Good Friday morning. It is 6:29. Take a look at this live shot from Babcock Ranch. Wow.
It's beautiful out there.
That is gorgeous. Folks, you need to get ready for another warm day here in Southwest Florida. Thanks for counting on NBC2 News Today. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Christy Soto. Let's hand it right over to First Alert meteorologist Lauren Hope. Lauren, should we expect any rain this weekend?
Unfortunately, yeah, we're watching for increased rain chances for tomorrow and even into Sunday. So make the most of the day today. Most of the coast will stay pretty dry. I am watching this weak boundary that is sinking south. This is really just going to drive up tropical moisture. It's going to drive up our dew points. It's going to feel very muggy throughout the day today. That is why we are seeing some areas, in fact, even under a heat advisory. It is going to feel like the triple digits. All right, I am very excited about this. Got one of our first pictures in this morning sent in by Lori Watts. If you look really closely, you can actually see the planet alignment, those 5 planets that are aligning every morning through the end of the month. So if you missed it this morning, pretty much closing on that window. The best chance for viewing was about 45 minutes ago, but please feel free to step outside, share a picture. Of course, always better in person. Pictures not always doing it justice, but very cool to see that. Today is going to be a pretty favorable beach day. We've had a bit of a dry stretch the past couple of days. Today, I'm watching for isolated showers and thunderstorms, but mainly inland focus. So 94 degrees is where we're heading. Just take the heat seriously. And I know we say that a lot this time of year. We're very acclimated to the heat and humidity, but today it is going to be a lot more intense than usual. It's going to feel close to 110 degrees at times. Here's your weekend forecast. Scattered storms for Saturday and into Sunday, the day that's going to be a little bit harder to dodge the downpours. Temperatures reflect that coming down just a bit, holding into the low 90s. We'll see those overnight lows in the mid to upper 70s. I'll have more of a breakdown of that heat advisory and how to spot heat exhaustion coming up.
Traffic on NBC2 is sponsored by Achieva Credit Union, serving the community with your personal and business banking needs for over 85 years. Achieva, banking for good.
6:31, and we also have beautiful views to show you here in your NBC2 Traffic Center, especially if you're driving down I-75 this morning. This is a live look right now of I-75 in Collier County, right near the Golden Gate Parkway exit. If you are heading southbound, you can see traffic is flowing very nicely, and we have no crashes to report this morning. Now, I do want to switch things over to our main maps because we are noticing slowdowns in those back roads, especially if you're heading down Pine Island Road, Collier Boulevard into Golden Gate Parkway, and if you're heading down Pine Ridge Road, it's going to be right near I-75 this morning. That's your NBC2 Traffic Alert.
A local nonprofit is expanding. Valerie's House provides grief counseling for families in need. It's a safe space where people can come together. Currently, there are 3 locations from Collier all the way up to Charlotte County, and now there will be one more. A groundbreaking ceremony is happening today on Shoemaker Lane, just off Veronica's South Shoemaker Boulevard. NBC2 Chandler Blackman joins us live from that site. So Chandler, you spoke with the organization's CEO. Why is this edition so important?
Yeah, well, Valerie's House is really home to a lot of people in our community who have felt that devastation of losing a family member. So the CEO tells me that this new property behind me, it will be triple the size, which means they will be able to help triple the number of kids and families. Now, if you take a look at your screen, we have a rendering of what it will look like. CEO Angela Melvin tells me the new home will allow them to expand their counseling program to provide individual mental health counseling to kids and families at no cost. The nonprofit has served as home for grieving families since 2016, and now they're looking to carry their same mission into their new forever home.
Oftentimes children don't show their grief. Here in this house, it's going to be safe for them to show that grief. 1 in 7 children will lose someone before the age of 25, a parent or sibling. So those numbers are staggering for our community. With this amount of property, we will be able to expand and meet the growing need.
Yeah, now listen to this. Melvin says the Fort Myers fire crew next door, they've also offered to help and will serve as mentors for children. She says construction for the new property will take a year to complete, and the doors should be ready to open by next summer of 2023. They will be breaking ground on the new Valerie House at 10 this morning. I'm live in Fort Myers. Chandler Blackman, NBC2.
Thanks, Chandler. All right, take a look at this. This is a Hercules beetle. It's native to the jungles of Central and South America, but this one was found right here in Lee County. A North Fort Myers man found the beetle on the side of Del Prado Boulevard dead. Experts say it lays eggs inside rotting wood, and the larvae will grow inside for 2 years. After that, they only live for about a couple months.
I just caught it off the side view on the ground, and I looked, and I was like, no way, it's got to be either fake or, it can't be real. I know we ain't got these.
We reached out to an insect expert from FGCU and FWC. They both think the beetle was probably someone's pet.
And the Tampa Police Department, they are investigating a homicide that happened just an hour ago at a 7-Eleven gas station. Let's take a look at the scene right now. You can see scene very active. Crime scene tapes has surrounded this area, and the gas station, of course, it is closed this morning. Officials say a man was taken to the hospital where he later died, and this all started after an incident took place outside of the parking lot at the 7-Eleven. Now, investigators on scene are trying to figure out exactly what happened, who the shooter is, and of course, looking through surveillance video this morning. This is still a developing story coming out of Tampa, Florida. I'll keep tabs on this story right here in your NBC2 Alert Center.
All right, sounds good, Brianna. Thank you. It is 6:36, and if you need baby formula, listen up. St. Matthew's House is giving out free baby formula next week. So the organization has been working to get babies' needs into parents' hands as quickly as they can since the beginning of the supply shortage.
We will have everything available for families when it comes to baby needs. So we encourage if you could get there a little bit earlier and just come ready. We're here to serve with baby formula, baby diapers, and baby food that day.
So you can head to Lely Elementary School next Thursday to get your baby supplies.
And more relief is on the way for baby formula. The Biden administration announced a deal to get about 1 million pounds of Gerber baby formula from a factory in Mexico. So that's enough formula to make about 16 million bottles.
Juul products are being pulled off store shelves in the U.S. after an FDA decision Thursday. If Juul doesn't stop distributing or selling their pens and pods, the FDA says it may step in to enforce the order. The decision was based on Juul's application to market its products.
You're going to want to check your receipt the next time you eat out. Some restaurants are adding surcharges to offset higher costs for food, fuel, and wages. According to the National Restaurant Association, wholesale food costs are rising, going up 15.6% last year.
And if you are in need of some food today, listen up, because Harry Chapin Food Bank is hosting 2 food distributions. They're both at 10 a.m. One is a farmer's market style at the Boys and Girls Club in Naples. The other is at Oceans Church in Cape Coral. All are welcome to attend.
If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, why not join the Future Foresty and Cape Coral to plant some trees? The event is tomorrow at 8 in the morning. They'll be planting trees near the southwest corner of Veterans Memorial Parkway and Kamal Parkway, and they ask that you RSVP on their Facebook page.
Thousands of passengers stuck at airports as the airline industry continues to struggle to bounce back. We'll tell you what is being impacted here locally. Stay with us.
This morning on Today, rising pop sensation Conan Gray live on the Plaza with his biggest hits and songs from the brand new album It Can All Be Yours with the City Concert Series, only on Today.
Cash is king, but apps are the way to pay.
You have no way, if something goes wrong, to get that money back, and that could be very costly.
How to protect those peer-to-peer payments, tonight at 6 on NBC2.
How big are the deals at the Good Deals Big Deals sale? Big. Very big. Get this 18 cubic foot Whirlpool refrigerator for as low as $649. Good Deals. Get a deal, save your money.
24 years on the road. 4 years on the road. Our performance is meant to be driven. Acura Precision certified. With a 24-month limited warranty, free first scheduled maintenance, and more.
Visit Scanlon Acura or Naples Acura for attractive offers on a certified pre-owned vehicle.
The fireworks are starting early at Kane's Furniture. July 4th savings start now. Everything's on sale. 20% off your entire purchase. Or 0% interest for 60 months. Over $20 million of inventory. In stock and ready to go. 20% off or 0% interest. Now through Monday only at Kane's and Cane'sFurniture.com.
Get more for less. Most politicians show ponies. Conservative Wilton Simpson, workhorse. Socialist Democrats threatened the Second Amendment. Simpson defended our gun rights. Liberals backed amnesty for illegals. Simpson fought to ban sanctuary cities. Extremists tried to defund police. Simpson fought to keep us safe. Wilton Simpson has the complete and total endorsement of President Trump, the NRA, 59 Florida sheriffs, and Governor Ron DeSantis. Conservative workhorse Wilton Simpson, sponsored by Grow Florida.
How hot are the deals at the Good Deals Big Deals sale? Chili pepper hot. Get this 20 cubic foot Whirlpool refrigerator for as low as $749. Good Deals. Get a deal, save your money.
Thousands of Americans are feeling the strain this morning after more than 2,000 flights were grounded on Thursday. Those cancellations are fueled by staffing shortages and severe weather. 11 million people are expected to go through airports here in the U.S. for the July 4th holiday weekend.
We are expecting to continue to see significant delays. Demand, people booking travel and wanting to travel, has well outpaced airlines rebuilding their capacity.
AAA believes the airport frustrations will push more to take a road trip over flying. Taking a look at flights at RSW, the 10:53 American Airlines arrival from Charlotte is canceled, meaning the 11:44 American Airlines departure to Charlotte is also canceled. Nothing right now is impacted at Punta Gorda.
Before we break down your local forecast, very exciting to see some of these pictures coming on. And thank you so much for sharing them this Friday morning. Sherry Cavallaro, beautiful shot of the 5-planet alignment this morning. Now, if you missed it, you have every opportunity each morning through the end of the month. The best viewing is going to be about 45 minutes out from sunrise. Another beautiful shot here. This one sent in by Michelle White. Look at this. Very cool to see. And this is, again, once every 18 years. So if you miss it over the next week, you have to wait until 2040 to be able to see that really, really cool planet alignment. All right, something that's not so cool, the heat. Heat advisories posted. Look at this, encompassing almost all of the Gulf Coast here. And then most of Florida experiencing either heat advisories or excessive heat warnings. Yes, that even includes parts of Southwest Florida, DeSoto County, even back toward Glades County. We actually have a pretty intense criteria to get this, higher than most of the country. We actually have to see feels like temperatures at or above 108 degrees, which is why you got to take it more seriously today. This is way more than our normal seasonal heat and humidity that we see, of course, in June in Southwest Florida. All right, look at this. By 2, 3 o'clock, it's feeling like 110 degrees. Man, for Arcadia, it's feeling like 107 degrees for LaBelle. Near the coast, it's still feeling like the triple digits, even though you dodged the heat advisory, just below that criteria. Into tonight, it starts to feel like the 80s. That's because we see some relief in the form of isolated showers and thunderstorms. All right, so if you want to get outside today, it's Friday, expecting people to maybe take a half day or even just spend some time outdoors. If you start to notice any of these symptoms, you're experiencing heat exhaustion. You got to take it a little bit easier today. If you're feeling faint or dizzy, excessive sweating, if your skin actually feels cool or clammy, and then hoping it never gets to this point, but that symptom of nausea or vomiting, that's when you really need to get inside, drink a lot of water today. Do yourself a favor, wear lighter colors perhaps. Otherwise, do not depend on the rain to provide a lot of relief, especially for more populated communities near the coast. You'll start to see some isolated showers and thunderstorms develop, mainly along the Gulf sea breeze. We're seeing an onshore wind, so most of the focus will be inland. I expect, though, unfortunately, this to collide with the Atlantic sea breeze, so some of these storms could pack quite the punch. We could actually see some isolated strong thunderstorms, heavy downpours, small hail, not out of the question. Something to note, even into tonight, we will see some stray showers and thunderstorms lingering close to the coast. So if you've got late dinner plans for Friday night, just keep an umbrella handy. But otherwise, should be pretty good to go for the afternoon. In the bigger picture, this weak boundary is sinking south. This isn't going to provide relief to temperatures, but it is going to drive in more and more tropical moisture. It's going to be scattered showers and thunderstorms for both Saturday and unfortunately Sunday as well. We're expecting Sunday to be the wettest day we'll take on this entire week. Look at dew points as well. I just want to show you that we're expecting that tropical feel to stick around through the entire weekend. So we see isolated showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today, but it's actually going to be scattered showers and thunderstorms heading into Saturday and heading into Sunday as well. Look at temperatures on the 10-day outlook here. We are starting off with a high today of 94 degrees. But it is actually going to be a high just a couple degrees below that heading into Saturday and Sunday. Highs still seasonal, but you're watching for those higher rain chances. So unfortunately, keep the umbrella handy through the weekend as well. That's your NBC2 First Alert forecast.
Lauren, thank you. Coming up in our final 10 minutes, a shooter is behind bars this morning, accused of shooting into a car on I-75. We'll tell you what police found inside his home when he was arrested.
And a family is grieving this morning after a 12-year-old girl is run over and killed in a Cape Coral parking lot. Hear why Cape Coral police have not filed charges at 6:51.
Plus, an arrest is made with ties to 2 missing children in Fort Myers. We are live this morning with the latest on this breaking investigation. Stay with us.
This news segment is brought to you by Rubenstein Law. Injured in a car accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Also open on weekends.
Right now at Rooms to Go, shop sizzling July 4th hot buys, like this stylish queen bedroom with dresser and mirror. Just $12.99 or $22 a month, interest-free, in your choice of finish. Right now at Rooms to Go.
My generator from Generator Supercenter is a great investment for my house. The power transformer blew in the subdivision and all my lights were on. Everything in my house was working. There's 2 or 3 other neighbors that are putting in their generators now because of mine. It's a great peace of mind knowing that when power goes out, it's not going to affect us at all.
Get peace of mind with a Generac automatic standby generator with solutions starting at $125 per month. Only at Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer.
Meet a doctor who connects all the dots. Oftentimes, people with low back pain, knee pain, or hip pain don't even recognize that it's actually coming from their feet. Their feet? For real? Absolutely, 100%. It can have a domino effect because their foot and their ankle aren't supported properly. Their whole body is out of whack. Getting back into whack? Good Feet arch supports could help. Keeping your body in good alignment, that can go a long way. Come in for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Now through the 4th of July, get instant savings of up to $5,000 off your purchase at the Modern Brothers Furniture Buy More, Save More sale. You'll get immediate delivery on $20 million of in-stock inventory. Take advantage of this limited opportunity to shop this season's hottest designs for the whole home and save like never before. Don't miss out on this one. Now through July 4th, only at Modern Brothers Furniture and Mattress. The furniture family you can depend on.
Locally owned, family owned, 3 generations of flooring.
From our family to yours since 1957. Taylor Carpet One. We've got a floor for everyone.
I'm Dean Castronova from the band Journey. Playing drums for so many years took a real toll on my back, and I needed to get it fixed right away. Thanks to the BioSpine team, recovery was quick, and now I'm touring and performing, and I'm feeling great again. Take it from me, BioSpine is your best option.
Count on the experience of NBC2's Rob Duns.
Right now at Rooms to Go, shop sizzling July 4th hot buys. Like this beautiful 5-piece living room. Just $14.95 or $25 a month, interest-free. In your choice of color. That's hot buys at Rooms to Go.
Now to your top stories at 6:48 on this Friday morning. A driver led Collier County deputies on a chase that ended in a crash. So take a look at this video here. We're told the driver took off after deputies attempted to pull him over. That crash happened in front of a Chase Bank on Tamiami Trail East. Right now, we are working to find out who was driving the car. Count on NBC2 to keep you updated.
This man is facing charges this morning after he fired shots at a car on I-75 after he rear-ended them. Thomas Yanoti rammed into the car near the Immokalee exit in Collier County. He was arrested Thursday at his Cape Coral home. While police were there, they found a, quote, large number of guns and ammunition. They took them away by using the red flag law. This law allows law enforcement to take weapons away from someone who is a danger to themselves or others.
We don't want to have them to have access to weapons, to possibly cause harm to themselves or others.
So he can eventually get those weapons back in court. They are now in possession of the Collier County Sheriff's Office. Count on NBC2 to keep you updated on this case.
This morning, a man is recovering after he was shot 9 times inside his Naples Manor home. Israel Caterino Felipe allegedly shot that man who was renting a room from him. So the victim's wife told police she heard noises in the living room, then loud bangs. She locked herself and her kids in the bedroom. Caterino Felipe was arrested hours later at his mother's house. He's now charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Lee County deputies are investigating a death this morning after a person was found dead near a creek in Fort Myers. This was near Whiskey Creek Drive, that's west of Summerlin Road. Details are limited right now. Investigators aren't telling us how this person died. Count on NBC2 to keep you updated as we learn more.
A family continues to mourn this morning after their little girl was killed Thursday. This here is 12-year-old Sierra Vasquez. She died after an elderly man ran her over in the parking lot at Walmart on Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral. Family members say she was a bright light with an infectious laugh. The 85-year-old accidentally hit the gas, running her over and hitting her parents. He then continued to step on the gas and hit another truck. No charges were filed.
What we did here at the Cape Coral Police Department, like I said, it's still an active investigation. So we did issue the driver, we submitted the driver for mandatory reevaluation, which means that it's going to be sent up to the state and they're going to see if that driver needs to be reevaluated for their license.
Police say the 85-year-old doesn't have a driving record. We did reach out to him. He told us his attorney advised him not to talk to the media.
A Naples nurse is going to prison for tax fraud. Jennifer Hansen did not report $1 million worth of income to the IRS. She also stole from her employer by billing them for work she never did. She'll spend 2 years in prison and has to pay $1.25 million in restitution.
And here in your NBC2 Alert Center, train stations in Boston are not running this morning, and it's causing a headache for a lot of people who are trying to get to work. Take a look at this video. The reason that they are not running today is because officials say there is structural issues happening at a nearby garage. So, of course, everyone who relies on these trains, they are very frustrated this morning. You can see from this video, the garage was previously under investigation after a partial collapse left one person dead back in March. So now police say several streets will be closed, and they are encouraging people to work from home because they do not have a time frame on when these services will continue. A big story coming out of Boston. Alan?
Yeah, that's a mess there for sure. Brianna, thank you. Well, today, a Lehigh Acres couple found guilty for PPP fraud will be sentenced. Anthony and Amber Brewery received more than $880,000 in loans they used on a home out of state and many expensive vehicles. You, as always, can count on NBC2 to let you know what happens today in court.
It's been 1 year since 98 people were killed in the Surfside condo collapse. Just yesterday, a judge gave final approval for a $1 billion wrongful death settlement. More than half of the money is coming from the building's security contractor, Securitas. The guard on duty that night called 911, but she never activated the building-wide alarm, which would have rang in every single unit. Lawyers say she wasn't trained on it.
Well, day camps are pulling plans to attend the Lightyear movie after a controversial scene. So some parents actually found out their kid's field trip was canceled because the 1 hour, 45-minute film contains a 2-second kiss between two women cartoon characters.
Do you think children should see it? In my personal opinion, I say no.
Honestly, I think it's like ridiculous how at this day and age people are like still hating on this stuff, especially in Pride Month.
So we did reach out to the Collier County Parks and Recreation sponsoring the day camps. They didn't answer our questions about why they stopped kids from seeing the movie.
Today, Lee Health needs your help. The health system is running extremely low on type O blood and needs donations. If you can help, you're encouraged to go to the Lee Tran on Metro Parkway from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. today. Remember, all donations stay here locally and help our communities.
Publix announced they will not be offering the COVID-19 vaccine to children younger than 5. So the company has not explained why, but their website shows they offer other vaccine for babies as young as 6 months. Governor Ron DeSantis did not order vaccines for that age group for the state. He has agreed to allow state healthcare providers and pediatricians to order their own supplies.
There's a new scam we need to warn you about. Thieves are calling people with student loans, telling them they can get their loans forgiven. The scammers say they need access to your loan account to help, but they're actually working to steal your identity. So if you get this call, just hang up. And parents, if you're looking to sharpen up those football skills, or if your kids are looking to sharpen up those football skills, there's a perfect event happening this weekend. North Fort Myers alum and former NFL player Tommy Bohannon is hosting his annual youth camp tomorrow. More than 200 football players from 1st to 8th grade will get to test their skills. The camp is from 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon at North Fort Myers High School. Registration is still open, and we have a link to register on our website. Just click under news links.
Your time right now is 6:55, and the city of Fort Myers plans to redevelop a historic building that's been empty now for decades. City leaders selected Goshen and Cornerstone to renovate McCollum Hall. The proposal includes 26 housing units, a market, and food hall. The building used to be a hub for music and performing arts. There's no timeline just yet on when construction will begin. You can count on NBC2 to keep you updated.
Traffic on NBC2 is sponsored by Achieva Credit Union, serving the community with your personal and business banking needs for over 85 years. Achieva, banking for good.
And we have a major crash that we're tracking here in your NBC2 traffic center. This is along McGregor Boulevard, and it's going to cause a headache for drivers, and that's because there is southbound and northbound delays. This is if you're heading down to the Whiskey Creek area. Again, this is along McGregor Boulevard. Those speed times right along McGregor right now are not looking so bad. It's 22 miles per hour, but this is definitely an area area you should avoid. I do have a live look right now of McGregor at Colonial Boulevard, where traffic is not looking bad. You can see traffic is flowing nicely, but once you get to the Whiskey Creek area, the neighborhood, that's where you're going to see bumper-to-bumper traffic. LCSO, FMPD, as well as the fire department, they are on scene. That's your NBC2 traffic alert.
Brianna, thank you. Well, it is 6:56, and today is the last day you can donate school supplies at the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office in Arcadia. So they're looking for a wide variety of things, from pens, pencils, rulers, notebooks, and even Ziploc bags. You can drop off your donations between 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. All donations will be prepared and delivered to students during a back-to-school drive-through event, also at the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office in July.
The city of Cape Coral is breaking ground today at the Yellow Fever Creek Preserve. It's on Del Prado Boulevard North. The entrance will be marked off with signs. The event starts at 10 this morning.
Well, if you want to get ahead of things, you can take your child to get their vaccines before heading back to the classroom. Collier County Department of Health is hosting the Back to School Vaccine Clinic tomorrow. It's happening from 9 a.m. to noon at Building H off Tamiami Trail, that is in Naples. Health officials are encouraging parents to be the rush of back-to-school vaccines. Remember, it is walk-up, so no registration is needed.
This morning, these two children are still missing from Fort Myers. They were last seen on Tuesday night. Fort Myers police and the U.S. Marshals are now working to find them. We learned late last night this woman, Iris Barrios, was arrested for interfering with the investigation. NBC2's Nicolette Perdomo joins us live. Nicolette, what have you learned about this arrest?
Well, the two children are still missing. We are working to confirm if they are safe this morning, but this is a picture of them. You can see them right here. One of them is 2 months old. The other is 2 years old, and these are an infant and a toddler. So we want to make sure, if you recognize them, if you know who they are, or if you've seen them in the past few days, definitely call law enforcement as soon as possible. We want to let you know that the two children are Yasmin Barrios and Genesis Barrios. Authorities believe the children are with their mother, 25-year-old Evelyn Sanchez Rojas. During the initial investigation, officials learned both children left with Sanchez Rojas and Inmer Barrios. Evelyn has a warrant out for her arrest, and Inmer Barrios violated a court order. Police are focusing their investigation on the Green Tea Village on Maravilla Avenue. This morning, Iris Barrios Osorio remains in the Lee County Jail after police say she interfered with custody and provided false information during the investigation.
So I hope and pray to God that they find him and bring him home safely.
Now, FMPD is working with other law enforcement to try to locate these children safely. Of course, count on NBC2 to let you know once we find out new information. I'm live in Fort Myers. Nicolette Perdomo, NBC2.
Chances for development have now increased to 50% over the next 5 days, far out into the eastern tropical Atlantic. Just a tropical disturbance for now. It is expected to become our next named storm by, say, the middle of next week. Otherwise, we have heat advisories in place for some areas. DeSoto and Glades County, it's going to feel like 110 degrees. We're heading for a high of 94. Then this weekend, scattered storms for Saturday and Sunday. So keep the umbrella handy. We had a nice little dry stretch the past couple of days. It has come to an end.
It didn't feel like summer.
No, it's back in action, though.
If you had beach plans this weekend, cancel them. You need to go today to the beach.
Go today.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Get away. Being injured in an accident is only the beginning of your problems. Don't throw away your one shot at compensation. Make it count. Fair and Fair.
Count on Southwest Florida's most experienced storm team. Get breaking news alerts wherever you are. Download the NBC2 News app today.
A woman is arrested after lying to investigators about a missing family in Fort Myers, who's now teaming up with Fort Myers police as they work to uncover where the family is.
Plus, breaking overnight, the Senate passing a bill that would be the most meaningful gun safety legislation in decades. We'll tell you what's next as this bill moves forward.
And just before the one-year anniversary of the deadly condo collapse in Miami, a judge approved a $1 billion settlement for the victims' families. We'll tell you what company is on the hook for half of that price.
Live, the news you count on. NBC2 News Today.
With summer underway, millions of Americans are already desperate for relief from the heat. However, here locally, NBC2 is tracking the possibility of some afternoon storms across southwest Florida. But will the heat remain? Thanks for waking up with NBC2 News Today at 5 o'clock. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Christy Soto. NBC2 First Alert meteorologist Lauren Hope joins us this morning with your Friday forecast. Lauren, when should people expect the rain this afternoon?
That's right. We're tracking isolated storms. We're watching for the heat as well. And then on top of that, there's actually